Hey, what's up, everybody? I try to kind of make content on Sundays. Um, so I haven't busted out my modded Windsor in a while. It's cool coming back to it after a lot of the scoop amps that I have. I haven't played a real Marshall JCM800, uh, but I kind of have an idea of what it could sound like, and I feel like this amp, when it was modded, I honestly forgot how it sounded before I got it modded, but the triple X video I made last week, and with this amp, I think they were kind of coming out at the same time. Um, I guess the triple X was kind of like their take on a Mesa Boogie. I'm assuming mixed with the Ultra series, I guess, or the aesthetics of a Mesa Boogie. But anyways, they kind of pretty much went for the whole Marshall look. They called it the Windsor. I don't know what exactly that area in Britain, I'm assuming Great Britain, has to do with Marshall or like some sort of alternative. But I got it sounding really good. I'm not really making too much content with EMGs as much. I think that kind of rings true these days, where EMGs work great live, and that's why everyone uses them live. They sound so overused, recorded with like a 6505 and a tube screamer. It's a guaranteed good sound, but for example, this guitar today, I painted the blood and on here on this cheap rave, and took it to Guitar Center and got it with the Floyd Rose nut and Floyd Rose 1000. It's pretty good. I think the spring tension's a little too strong on here. You kind of have to kind of put some effort into it. But I was pretty skeptical. I didn't have too many pickups to pick to throw in a guitar here. And I had the Seymour Duncan, I think it was the 14, or the TB 14, or the 15. It's the Custom 5. I bought it on a Reverb thinking it was the SH5 or the TB5, but it was the Custom 5, which is even more custom. For it being a low output pickup, it kind of works. It's like 13, 14 ohms or something in between there, so it's not like super hot like 15 or 16, but for lower tunings it really works. And I think it sounds a lot better on like scooped amps, but for this Marshall, it's all right. I mean, you have to like boost it like kind of crazy, but you still get that Marshall mid range, and I'll demonstrate that right now. it's a really great mid-range chop amp. The times I played it with my band, you could just hear everyone equally. There's no kind of doubt about it. I like it. It's just a shame because I have just too many like amps to like rotate through. But if I'm trying to go for just an authentic kind of like late '80s old school death metal sound, this definitely does the job. And God, it's an ugly amp, and I tried to like, I don't know, make it a little more trashier as opposed to uglier, I guess is a better trade-off. But um, the whole texture knob, and you can play around with it, but this thing kind of has like a few good sounds, depending on just your approach to what music you're playing. But if you run it like Obituary or Trevor Perez, where it's like the mids are really scooped, and it's like with a good like distortion on the front, it's pretty damn good. But yeah, it's definitely an acquired taste. A lot of people say like the the Power Trip interview of one of the guitarists. His last name's Ibanez. These type of amps, you can hear all your mistakes. You got to play clean, and you just have to. That's the trade off. It sounds great because you can just make such a clean, distorted sound, and even if you scoop it, you can still be heard in the mix. That's like the beauty of those kind of mid-focused, special frequency, like 1 kilohertz around that area. Like they just work. That's why Marshall is Marshall, and people try to make amps sound like them. But anyways, you guys have a good night.